everybody, lovely viewers.
Hello everyone, I hope everyone is having a good afternoon. I'm Bogandemon with my boy Young Gus. And welcome to I Want to Be the Guy. Quite an old game. We've got a little bit of backstory here, basically irrelevant. But I think we're good to go, so I guess I'll give a countdown and then timer start. So 3, 2, 1, go. So this is I Want to Be the Guy. Pretty old platformer. Excessively used for clickbait titles of hardest game ever back in 2010, basically. Along the lines of Super Meat Boy, 6V, those kind of things. Going to be seeing a lot of older video game references here. Small little trick there, a pretty common one, just save and reset. Lines up some of the global timers in the game, we can get the platforms quicker, you know, the juicy stuff. Like this platform right here. And this platform right here. Quick and easy, nice little few jumps, so we're already up to the first boss. It is a skyscraper Mike Tyson, about 50 times the size of this small child. Nothing too much really to talk about with this boss. Yeah, Boshi is way harder. Inspired by this video game because the person who is named after that game basically said that this game isn't hard enough, and there are birds. And I've accidentally missed this. Alright, cool. That was a bit worrying. Almost didn't do that right. Small little trick here. We're going to manipulate this giant man to basically stand right next to us, and we just move him like that. Quick and easy first boss down. Yeah, hopefully the birds don't get too loud. Apologies for that. So this category, well, basically what I'm going to be running is Glitchless, but because this game is kind of... there's a lot of glitches in this game, so it's basically anything that can be excessively used to really completely remove all the hard parts of this game, such as wrong warps, invincibility, teleportation, and a few different manipulation glitches, so we're not allowed to use any of those. I gotta tell us about the birds. I mean, I wish they weren't as loud as they were. They're two conyers and they're sitting behind me. Quickly moving on to the Legend of Zelda area. There is a quick strat we can do here where if we sit in between his legs, we can actually miss an entire cycle of that, but let's not go for that because that's about 2.5 minutes of not saving. The birds always share their opinions, do not worry. Speaking of birds, there. Unfortunately, the birds in this area are incredibly hard to really do anything with. Thankfully, okay, cool. Those are really the only problematic ones. We can actually use the birds to push ourselves all the way across the map, but it's basically RNG based. They will not push you in the direction you want them to. Whenever they touch you, they just basically push you towards a random area, so you can't really use them that effectively. Quickly moving along, we have a little save jump here that we can do. Just save over that little area. You can soft lock there. If you save in the spike after using your double jump, you can basically just get yourself completely stuck and not able to save. Speaking of more birds, this run is all about birds, I see. Honk. We got Mecha Birdie here. This boss has a lot of mashing. Damn. Unfortunate. There was actually a quick strat I could have gotten there. I could have basically killed the third phase in basically half a second if I was able to shoot him quickly enough, but wasn't able to. Mega Birdo goes down. So I do have soft restarts just to sort of restart platform cycles and stuff, and then I have hard restarts. If you've played this game before, then you should be aware that this game is a little bit broken in some regards, and you can actually crash the game quite easily. There are 4 places that you have a 100% chance to crash. So the way you negate them is just by resetting out of the game and getting really quickly back into the save file. So that was one of them just there. Here we have a pretty hard and long screen. These jumps here are a little bit precise. Hopefully we don't need to see the screen more than once. Yep, cool. Alright, moving on to the Dracula area. I think I have the right cycle. I'll have to see. I think I did, cool. Pretty precise pair of jumps right there. Damn, I missed the second one. If you get both of those jumps, then you can basically really quickly make it through that screen in like a very short amount of time, but unfortunately wasn't able to make it. I have to do it the slightly slower way. Sour Blizz, by the way, this music is awesome. Too bad we don't get to hear it for too long. That's the worst part about running this game. There's so much awesome music that you can't hear because it immediately disappears. Anyway, we have Dracula, who basically, if he decides, he will not allow me to complete the boss at all. This boss is a pretty hard one. There's a few small little things you need to make sure of. You can actually perform something called the double shot glitch, which basically gives him infinite HP. But we didn't perform it. Beautiful. Alright. Thank God we didn't have to worry about that, because that would have been terrifying if he decided to have an unkillable amount of HP, basically. The reason why that happens is because the game actually checks specifically if his HP is equal to 0, as opposed to less than or equal to 0. So if you shoot him twice in one frame, then he'll go to -1 and he'll never die. But we're quickly moving on to the other areas. Basically the entire other route of this game. This is probably a decent point. Young Gus, if you have any donations you want to read out?
Yes, we've got one donation. We've got a $45.11 donation by Aeon Frodo. She was actually the one that was streaming Sonic Robo Blast 2 just a little while ago, actually.
I saw that was a good run.
It says, hey, thanks for having me again. Handing $2 for every perfect start I got throughout the kart run, 21. Putting the money towards the 2P1C Goose Game for more shenanigans.
Hell yes. Alright, quick strat here. Damn, wasn't able to make it. There's 2 very precise jumps I can perform there on that moving 2x2 called Tetra Skip, and yeah, it's not unsurprisingly I wasn't able to make it. I did make the first jump though, but that strat is very hard. It could take quite a bit of time. And now we have Kirby music. This isn't really a Kirby area, it just has Kirby music. We'll never understand why. But it's fine, we can all take it. Not much really to say about this area. We have this moving spike wall. A few more giant cherries, or are they fruit? Who knows? Apples, delicious cherries, delicious fruit. Well, I should say giant cherries. Damn. Alright, we'll move on to the 4th boss in a second here. Not before the birds get to chime back in. 4th boss is not that spike wall at the bottom there. The lads. So the 4th boss is a giant green Zangief called Craig Grief. This is a pretty boring boss, all things considered. However, we do have the ability to get a pretty nice quick kill here. Basically, if we shoot enough bullets and in the right sort of way, we can skip one of his phases and he gets stuck in the ground. like this. And we just spam his brain until he decides he cannot take any more and he decides to sink into the ground. The usual way of all characters. Incredible game. Alright, and then we get to move on to the Mega Man area. Boy, the birds. I like how all of my runs devolve into me basically just slowly making fun of this game. Alright, we get some really awesome music for another 15 seconds. And then we move into this invisible block maze. And wow, that was very poor of me. I forgot where the hole was. Ah, come on. Don't be doing this to me. We're gonna move on. Must leave. There we go, beautiful. Alright, then we move on to the Metroid area, which is typically considered by many to be the hardest part of this game on a casual run. And I'm gonna hopefully show you that that isn't the case. Just gonna do a quick kill here if I can. Beautiful. That's how a Metroid kill works. So, typically, on a casual run, when you're not too sure what you're doing and whatnot, you basically can make that area extremely claustrophobic. There will be a large amount of bullets and SpaghettiOs basically shooting at you, and there's not many safe spots, to be honest. You kind of have to keep on the move. But, mashing down the boss certainly makes that a lot easier. And that's the 5th boss done. Another quick hard reset. The second one that we have to do of 4. This game actually does crash a lot more than this. However, bizarrely enough, if you put this game in compatibility mode of Windows 95 or Windows 98 and put it on admin mode, for some reason it gets rid of the other crashes. Not entirely sure why, but it's a solution, and we'll take it. Alright, this is where the game sort of slows down a little bit in terms of pace. We have to wait for these very bad platforms a few times. We do get a few new gimmicks though. We do get these couches, which do that. Incredible. And we also get these new wall jumps, which are a bit weird in nature, but we can use them. They push us a lot further than the other wall jumps. There's not too much to say about this area, so if you have any other donations or anything else, young Gus?
No new donations as of yet, but I'd just like to say that we are Oz Speedruns, and we host speedrunning events to raise money for charity. This event, of course, we're raising money for Beyond Blue, which is an organisation that increases the availability of mental health services across Australia and provides information and support for those who are vulnerable. They're a wonderful charity, and if you'd like to donate, the page is available at donate.ozspeedruns.com. It'll be put in the chat in just a second.
Donate to it. It is a good cause.
There are also donation incentives. If you'd like, just mention it in your donation and we'll put it in.
Just going through this invisible block room, just waiting for it because it takes a little while. There is a fast strat we can do here, however it's incredibly precise, and if I don't make it then we need to see this entire room again, and I can deal with not doing this. So it's not too fast as well, it just sort of saves a few extra seconds. We quickly get through this room. And we'll be making it back to the hub in a second, and we'll be going off the other direction to kill the trio boss, basically back at the Mega Man area. We get to revisit good music, and then quickly proceed to leave it, unfortunately. Another thing is that if I save under that trigger, I could basically miss the trigger and not have that wall come out, and jump right over the spike wall. Bit of an easy time save. So yeah, room of teleportation, we just go back into the crate grease warp, and we're back here. Save and reset here, we get a nice platform cycle a few rooms over. And since the next boss is pretty lackluster for the most part, I'll probably use it for a bit of time to explain a few of the extra things that I'm trying to make sure of throughout this run. Because if the 100% guaranteed crashes aren't anything to go by, this game is a little bit buggy. So there's a few things that you need to keep an eye on with the jump. If you shoot and jump at the exact same time, the game will automatically jump for you. It's what I like to simply call a fused input. For some reason, I don't entirely know why, but if you're jumping, if you're in the air and you're trying to shoot, there's a very high chance that you'll double jump without you pressing the jump key. Well, Bowser invited a few of his friends. He invited the trio, Three Stooges boys. Except one of them clearly should not be in in that Koopa car. That's how Bowser is to actually defeat in every game, by the way. You just stand in a corner and don't do anything until he basically kills himself. Another thing to keep an eye out for when you're like in terms of jump physics is if you fall off a platform and try and jump at the exact same time, you'll lose both of your jumps. So you do need to keep an eye out to make sure you don't accidentally trigger that. I actually had a death to that earlier. And then there goes Wart, you mash him down, and he also basically kills himself. Another quick thing to mention, because I can easily trigger it here, is the way that the game counts shots is kind of weird. You're supposed to have about 3 or 4, but in certain areas of the game, you can do this and have a large amount of bullets. I'm not going to use that here, but you can use it to get an insane amount of damage. You should have a bullet cap of 3 or 4 on the screen at any given time. You can kind of trigger that depending on if you're shooting at something that takes damage, or if you're shooting at something that deflects bullets. Okay, cool. Another quick kill there. I'm glad I didn't have to die to that boss to to see that entire 3-minute fight again. But that's actually the final boss of this area. Well, the final boss before we go to the final part of the game. I'm going to go back and save because doing this next screen in one go after that boss fight and trying not to die is almost impossible sometimes. Alright, cool. The beginner trap right there. What a great trap. Alright, third hard reset that we need to do. And a lot of this is global timer stuff. Basically, if we don't die in this entire area, everything will be set up perfectly for us. We can completely skip these guys. And beautiful. And now we're in the best room of the game. Nothing... there is not a single flaw with this room. This room is made for speedruns. I wish there was a faster way to do this room. This game has been out for 13 years and no one has ever been able to find a way, which is incredibly sad and disheartening. So we do have to sit here and wait for all these platforms. Oh well. I guess if you have any other donations, young Gus.
nothing new at the moment, but I'd just like to reiterate how awesome Beyond Blue is. They just providing so many different assets to people that are vulnerable, and reducing the stigma around mental health is something that's really important, especially because of the prevalence of the problem in Australia. So it's a really good cause to donate to, and it would be very, very much appreciated if you were to donate. Can't speak English, Jesus. I'll put the links in the chat again. I've seen some people have been forgetting to earlier, so also keep in mind that we also do have donation incentives. So there's plenty of other incentives for other runs later today and tomorrow that you can put your money towards, and then we can maybe have some extra runs or something, and that'd be a really fun event for everyone.
You're a spokesperson through and through.
Absolutely, of course.
Well, the only time we'll ever hear a song fully in this game, and well, actually, I could probably hear it in the next area, but it's unfortunate that it's not the greatest bit of music in this game. It'd be better if we could hear the Mega Man song through and through, and just vibe in chat. Pretty precise jump coming up here. It's quite hard to do this jump quickly, so I'm just going to set up with the proper align and everything. And go over like that. Alright. Now, I refuse to believe that there is a better song in this game than this one. The moon theme from DuckTales is incredible. Changed my mind. Final force reset. Don't worry, I don't have to reset anywhere else in this area, so we can try and hear it for as long as we need. From outer space, yes. Not birds or goose. This is geese. Good. I'm glad I don't need to provide my incredibly not put together counter argument. So this area is actually incredibly broken. It is very easy to get stuck inside of walls because of how the side scroller, or like the auto scroller movement is. But I guess almost unfortunately we don't get to see me get stuck in about 50 walls in one go and proceed to increase velocity speeds. Except for here, of course. Alright, I made it past the 10,000 kilometer march. Time to walk into the castle. Man, the pixels on that moon. So of course we can't just walk into the castle, we have to fight the Guardian, I suppose. So this boss would also be incredibly boring most of the time, however we can perform a quick kill, hopefully. Which allows me to basically skip all of this boss, which would be absolutely cool. You sure it's Space Dragon? Alright, I think my mashing should have been good enough. Yeah, it's true, Stan. We get to hear literally the loop forever. Alright. I think I should have gotten the quick kill.
Ooh, we've got a raid of 86 people started by Nintendo. Thank you so much.
Ooh, welcome everyone. Hoping everyone is having a bloody awesome day, boys. Yeah, the boys. So, got that quick kill there. Somehow, it shouldn't feel like it's possible to get a 3-phase kill in one go, but apparently it's possible. But after this sequence... Alright, cool. We're able to move into the final area. It is crunch time. Except without crunch and more bird. But the final area is basically a nice conglomerate of everything in this game up to this point, with a few added little references to other video games that we'll see. There's not too much going on here. I do have an extra save file available, so I'm going to try and do a save jump strat, which is pretty hard, and if I don't make it, I'm going to soft lock. So I'll give that a quick try on this next screen. Alright, beautiful. A bit slow, but that strat is a lot more awkward than it should be. Which isn't great because I don't have to deal with that room normally. That room normally is a pain. Bird, by the way. Alright, quickly through the maze. It's very easy to get through that maze when you know where you're going. Every other avenue basically just kills you, which is unfortunate. Now we're in Hall of the Form of the Guys with Bowser, Lu Bu, and Lu Bu's eyes, basically. Damn it. The song is also a pretty good slapper, I can't lie. Alright. So this screen is pretty notorious for not functioning very well. However, it's set up pretty well right now. Alright, never mind. I don't need to completely flame this room out. I almost got eaten by that fat cherry. Nice. A quick change in music again. God damn it, this game is awesome music. Alright.
I think we're ahead of schedule just enough to see this final cutscene.
Ooh. I'll ask chat the question momentarily. We need to get there first. Alright, quick and easy room to move on from. We get this big room. Oh god. Did anyone fall for it? Come on. I have expectations that someone in the chat fell for it. What a great game. This game is self-aware that it crashes a lot. You have to have a bit of fun with that. So, there is a... Nice. There is a pretty famous cutscene at the end of this game. We're pretty far in front of the estimate, but I want to know if you guys want to see the end cutscene. There's quite a few interesting lines that come out of it, and some incredible voice acting. And if you guys want to see it, then I'll let it play through. It's not too long, it's about a minute. I know it is a speed run, but there's some good content in it.
We're getting a handful of yeses.
Alright, beautiful. Alright, here we are.
Got one no after I said the handful of yeses.
What is this? Another child? One more for my score.
I am Mr. Fruit, Spike, and Moon! Now I shall miss you, the guy!
No, not the guy. The father.
What?
Yes, now I recognize you. Son, the hair, the shirt, the cape. You are one of my younger colors.
This is not possible!
Check your inventory screen, kid. You know it to be true.
Wait! Former grandfather the guy! You killed him!
As you will now try to kill me, or be killed yourself.
No! I wanna be the guy!
A true dream match. And I immediately messed it. Good stuff. Alright. What a game. Oh, roll credits. Alright, very nice. A small little quick kill as well just then. Able to stop him from doing a few attacks. And yeah, there we go, the boss is beaten, right? Because that's definitely the end, right? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? You know, I'm not going to do the safe spot, I'm just going to have a good time. Yeah, chill. He says I can't escape, but I'm currently doing it. Alright, come at me. There's nothing too difficult about this final boss, really. I just gotta make sure I shoot these white things in the air. I had to stay quiet for that line, that is also one of the best lines in this game. Alright, and as soon as I kill this phase, that will be time. And time. And that's the end of this game. We have officially become the guy.
BG's all around.
Very much underestimate, even with the cutscene. That was pretty good, actually. I'm happy with that. We do get a final cutscene, but it's basically irrelevant because we can skip it, right? Like that, with the skip button. Because for some reason the skip button works here. Ah, what a game. Alright, I think generally that's me done, to be honest.
Yeah, so just one more plug. Make sure you do donate to Beyond Blue if you get the chance. They're an awesome charity, and it's a pleasure working with them. We've also got another run coming up very soon. We've got Captain Fabulous with Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. That will be in 5 to 15 minutes, somewhere in that range. So everyone look forward to that.
Beautiful. I am the guy. I also want to give a quick shout out to the fan game community and ASM. Being able to participate at this marathon and the fan game community marathon has been an absolute pleasure. I hope everyone has a good rest of the marathon.